saya pause. Okay. And okay, so first speaker, so let's invite right, so Mohamad FAIQ. Right, so 2 minutes given. You may start now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning to other my community and my community members. So as you know, today we are going to discuss about flood prevention and preparation. So I came up with this one idea. But the main objective of our project is, of course, to give awareness to local community about how we can, be ready if we encounter flood. So I came up with one way, one of the ways that we can do. The first one is we prepare an emergency contact list. So so that local community can contact us or the respective group for them to for emergency case. So they can get this info through website or maybe advertisement, paper, or maybe we can make a video. Yes.
Okay. All right, so thank you. So let's invite our second speaker, right? So ABDUL, RAKIN, RIFAIE. You may start now.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Our community currently entrusted to the project of flood prevention and prevention. So our main objective is to educate the local community about the necessary prevention and execute to have reduce risk of flooding. So one activity that I want to suggest that is we can make social media safety tips. The purpose of this social media is to give awareness to the locals. Secondly, aware the situation of what happened to them, and thirdly, we know what to do next. So, in the activity, we want to make like a workshop. I want to take a speaker to teach them on how to make a poster. So, they also had from invention on how to make a prevent home from become a disaster like the mud also, and prevention on how to dealing with the flood and what to do when what to do when the flood happen. So we also can introduce the poster on what contact list to call, so people aware and can contact the agency. So I believe this way can prevent and educate them to these activities. So the main thing.
Okay. All right, so thank you. And our third speaker, okay, so Tuan Muhammad IZWAN, HAZZIQ. Right, so you may start now.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Just like what we have discussed so far, our community has been entrusted with organizing a community program called flood prevention and preparation. So I would like to propose an activity titled Flood Emergency Response Briefing. So the main objective of this program is to educate the local community on the correct action to do when the flood happen. What I mean is when the flood happen, before the flood happen, during the flood happen, and after the flood. So this briefing is intended to help residents, especially in that flood-prone area. So this brief is to make their response more calmly, safely, and effectively lah when a flood occurs. So in this activity, several engaging elements will be featured throughout the activity. This include a step-by-step briefing, explanation of emergency procedure, guidance on evacuations, route and safe disable point lah. We also brief about who they can contact when the flood happen.
Okay, all right, so thank you. And okay, so fourth speaker, so Danial AKMAL. Okay, you may start now.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. So our community member has been interested with the project that called flood prevention and preparation. I propose an activity that is mental support for disaster. This is that the title will be support for everyone for disaster like flooding. My aim for this activity is to make sure that their mental is prepared and not just not just during the problem that occurred, but how to prevent it, how to prepare the mental state to be better at this activity, because the main issue is that some people will be so affected that they can't do anything to when the problem is occurred. The target group is among the rural area people that they can understand that this project is to help them. The duration will be take from will be take 6 hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This will also help them in understanding deeply about what we are doing. So for an activity that we can implement is such as a counseling session or even a pro tips campaign for them to understand what to believe in themselves. That's all.
Okay, all right, so thank you. And let's invite our last speaker, Muhammad AFIQ NASRULLAH. Okay, may start now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning. So as you guys know, our team has been entrusted with a community program that called flood prevention and preparation. So our objective for this program is to educate the local community about the necessary preparation or what to do when they face the flood. So as we know, we here in Eastern Peninsula of Malaysia, every year we encounter the same problem, which is the flood that will come around December or January. So here is my idea. So my idea is about to educate the community to do a checklist. Checklist for just an important document such as the birth certificate and the important items such as gold, watch, or anything that they think valuable. We need to do this because we must to avoid them lost an important item to them such as IC. That will be a problem to them. So let's say if they lost their IC, so when the so when the aid come such as food, blanket or something, they need to identify them. But if they lost their IC or their identity, they will be not get the aid that we wanted to give them, because we need to verify if this is really they that become the victim of flood. Yeah. So I think it's important to do a checklist for them, teach them on how to do a checklist. So another importance of the checklist is to prevent them from having a loss. Such as, okay, let's say they lost a valuable items such as gold and so on, there will be unavoidable loss for them. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, and all right, so thank you. So we are done with stage 1. So before we proceed with a group discussion, okay, so I need you to take one each. Okay, so this is to select randomly. It's our chairperson.
Siapa yang kena? Dia jangan buat lagi.
Macam nak pasal.
Tak spotting eh? Saya tak siapa kot, soalan saya rasa dah tahu dah peranan saya sebagai
Alright, so who's the chairperson? Right, so please put them back. Alright, so in the envelope. Alright, so FAIQ, right, so will be our chairperson. Okay, so for today's, right, so meeting session. Okay, and before we start, right, so with a group discussion again, I'm giving you 3 minutes for you to prepare for your points.
Saya cuba ada tempat ni. Tak. Cuba saya kat sini.
Huh?
Tak apa nak kat sana.
Tak apa. Sini je.
1, 2, 3, 4. ID checklist saya boleh buang.
Sebab aku boleh buat.
Kami dulu buang sebab checklist kau boleh masuk ke dalam ni. Yang briefing.
Sebab nak bagi idea kau kalau boleh pasal dia nanti.
Ya,
Ini aku bantah.
checklist.
Boleh.
Okay, ya, kau ada sokong apa yang dia check. So checklist ni boleh masuk dalam respon briefing.
Aku kena sokong pasal semua tu ada checklist dia tu.
Aku boleh buka.
Aku sokong buat.
Aku pula unexpected. Aku masuk je.
Yang checklist dia check lepas tu. Kena barang ni. Aku salah. Pasal shelter ni. Shelter ni saya tak. As a preparation. Kalau kau kalau kau buat shelter, kau nak reply nanti check. Checklist. Ya, checklist lah.
Budget.
Apa dia? For the shelter. Betul. Nak counter guna shelter.
Bukan tentang itu.
Sekarang checklist. Dia nak shelter. Bagaimana point dia? Social media is a must. Social media. Yang IZWAN point ni kan briefing.
Yang kau punya yang tolak.
Aku tolak. Yang contact list lah. Dia yang checklist lah. So yang contact list ni nak biar kosong. Sampai jadi. So ni kosong. Kau nak kena list tu kan? So kalau tu activities, ambil briefing. least boleh masuk dalam briefing dengan mental support. Itu tu yang kita terima. Yang lain sudah check.
Briefing dengan mental.
Briefing mental. Sebab mental penting. Kita kos dulu. So poin yang kedua, poin RAKIN, poin IZWAN dengan Fahli ni.
Dan dia masuk dalam ni.
React.
Yang komedi masuk dalam.
Aku nombor 2 juga tu. Siapa masuk first. Siapa nombor 2. Danial Aizhar yang Danial reject tu. Lepas tu Aizhar setuju mental.
Apa nak tajam?
Orang sini dia. Orang bakal.
Apa yang dia bakal? Siapa checklist? Checklist dia bakal.
And okay, alright, so let us start. Right, so group discussion. And okay, Muhammad FAIQ, right, so again will be our chairperson, okay, so for today's meeting session, okay. So kindly be reminded that, right, so 20 minutes given, okay, so for to discuss 5 proposed activities, okay, so for this program. So 3 minutes before the meeting ends, right, so I will alert you, okay, so I will let you know that you have another 3 minutes, right, so for the chairpersons to move the meeting sessions, right, so to the end as well as to the conclusion part, right, so selecting 2 bus activities to be conducted during that project, okay. And please use proper and varieties of language expressions, right, so during discussion to agree, disagree, ask for clarification, interrupt, clarify your own points, clarify the ideas and so on, okay. And don't forget that I have to do both, right, so you have to reinforce on your own proposed activity ideas, and you have to also respond to the others statements, ideas and so on, okay. All right, so can we start? Okay, so 20 minutes given.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to other committee members of a corporate social responsibility. So, as we all have been given information, our team has been interested to conduct a community project called a flood prevention and preparation. So, the project that we organize this project, and it will be held on Saturday, 5th July 2026, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the location or venue that we will take place on Dewan Serbaguna, Tok Jembal, Kuala Nerus, Terengganu. And our target audience will be 200 locals, and the budget will be 2,000 ringgit. So I believe this information has been given for this past few days in our group WhatsApp. Okay, so I think you all have been informed. So without any further ado, I will give the floor to the first person that want to give an idea.
Okay. Let me start with proposing my program is mental support for disaster. Mental support for disaster that I believe will bring effective benefit because of the target audience and the people that will be affected. This is because the reason for it is to help the maintain calm and to help the think logically and rationally about what to do before the flood occurs itself. Other than that, the budget I think is good enough that it can be used not just to help them but to make it that might make it they understand, such as at advising and hiring a good and cheap speaker at the university. That how about that's what I think will happen. How about what you think? So,
Also, oh, on mental support, on how you want to do it, like take a speaker or even house
oh, to manage it properly, we can actually have each counselor, such as we take a counselor from we take a student counselor or counselor training from University Malaysia Terengganu that they can have an experience on doing on flat issues.
But then I want to ask you questions. So, is it important for us to care about their mental in this situation? I mean, in the flat situation.
Is not just very important, but it is one of the reason that they need help in itself, because without mental support or without mental clarity in facing this issue, they will not be easily affected, and they will be function as an individual easily, even any problem that occur to them.
I see.
I think student 4 is a very good point, because natural disaster can quite affected our mental health
Yeah.
because of our home, and maybe there are some family members that lost their family members, right? So it's very important thing to check on their mental health. So what about student 3?
First of all, I agree with Daniel. But because I have my own proposed activities, so I will defend my proposed activity first. First of all, I interested in when you talk about the budget. So I think my activities, which is flood emergency response briefing, it just giving a talk to a local community. So these activities require minimal equipment, and we can be conducted within short period of time. So when we say minimal equipment, mean minimal budget required. So I think my activities can be implemented easily without thinking too much, and it will not hurt our pocket as well. So did anyone have
I want to ask a question. Can you clarify what's
this?
Oh, can you clarify on what is what will be what will be we having in the briefing, such in the briefing, yeah.
Okay,
Can you explain more?
just like how the title, which is flood emergency response briefing, it means in that session we will have a step-by-step explanation by the professional guidance. It also teach the resident, the community, to use how to use the emergency tool in the right way. So they will have a better understanding when the flood happens. Because just like we know, just like what Daniel have talked before, when the flood happen, people easily get panic.
Mm.
So this briefing is
Crucial.
is good for their yes.
Okay, so as I hear what student 3 has said, I am interested to hear also from student 2, RAKIN. What your opinion about what we do?
First of all, thank you, Damien. Okay, I want to. I strongly agree about both of you because as a goes, prevention is the directive. So from that, when we educate people to make a early preparation, so they can mentally prepare well. So from that, I believe they develop early defense mechanism, so they can adapt well when flood happen. So I strongly agree with both of you about counseling mental support and briefing up, so they can do the checklist what to do before, after, during and after the flood occur. So that's my thing. How about you, Mr. Chairman?
So, there's some very interesting point from both of our committee members, and I must say, the proposed idea is very intelligent because both of these ideas have a same have some similarities, which is we can invite professionals. So because if we encounter this kind of serious issues, so, like this natural disaster, but we must take guidance from a professional, so that we can manage these issues smoothly. So I must say this is a very good point from both of our committee members. So yeah. So how about student 5?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So as we know, we live in Terengganu, and every since for the last decade, we usually encounter flood in end of the year, November, December, and early January because of monsoon. So I propose a simple idea, but it will be impactful for the victim of the flood, especially, which is we need to teach them to do a checklist. Checklist of what? Checklist of an important items, valuable items, and so on. Okay, important items such as ID, their birth certificate, their death certificate, anything that occur that important to them, that help we identify them as one of the victim of the flood. Okay, that's the about the ID, about the important item. So let's move to the valuable item. Valuable item that's such as gold, money, and so on. Because we know during the flood, there will be maybe the water will be rise high. So if they lost these items specifically, they will be in loss. They will be lost, and let's say after the flood, they need to repair their home. They need to clean their home. That will be cost. So if we teach them this, I think there will be no problem with them to deal after the flood.
Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but wouldn't the budget will be above our limits?
I see the budget. I thought it's 20K, but it's only 2,000, so it's my bad. But can I propose that this checklist to be included in the emergency response briefing?
How about
Student 3, can I just let the checklist inside the response briefing?
What do you mean by that?
I think in the emergency response briefing, maybe we can include the checklist so that the checklist is still can be going, but under one program only, all under one slot.
I think I agree with that because I think our focus activity is going to the same direction as well. So yeah, it'd be like
Hit two birds with one stone.
yes. But one thing that's concerned when we do the checklist, so how should we say that? What do you
The checklist of the their ID, their birth certificate, their valuable items such as gold and so on.
so as one of the victims of flood that happen every year, in my experience, when the flood happen, people mostly panic, as well as me. So when we panic, we cannot think straight. So even though we have the checklist, we don't have time for for that. So how can we?
Yeah, maybe we can hear from Daniel about this.
So, you already see the aspect of benefit from me that if there is to help them understand in their panic and to keep calm on the situation itself. But from the idea that I listened to, how about the student 2 idea? Maybe he has a great idea to think about.
Firstly, I agree with IZWAN, which when people panic, they have time, when they don't have time to think, so they just think their own safety. So how about we make create awareness by using social media. We are as a team members create a poster about flood that like when flood occur. So they will alert with the checklist, something like that. So with the audience, they can repost the same thing. So when you post, people will alert to each other. So that's how
I understand.
So, as I hear what student 2 have given, it seems like it's a good idea, but it can be implemented into one of the ideas that already be discussed. But how about chairperson itself? You already hear from everyone here, but except for you.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, my idea.
How you see this idea?
So how I see of this proposed idea. Are you okay? Okay. Alright. Let me continue my speech. Alright. So I look at all of the proposed ideas, very interesting and unique. So let me introduce let me propose my idea. So my idea is we create an emergency contact list so that we can so that the locals can contact the emergency number for them to relocate from their home to the emergency place, to the shelter. So if we do this, do this ideas, the local will relocate efficiently. So for example, depend on what depend on the place and the seriousness of the flood during seriousness of the flood at a certain place. So for example, if place A is more serious, have a more serious flood, so we must have priority for the place A. So and
Sorry to interrupt.
why?
I humbly disagree with your ideas because it seems like it can also be implemented into the ideas that already been proposed here.
Yeah.
So with all the ideas have been laid out in this meeting, can we hear you to choose chairperson? What
Okay,
idea
so-
will you implement?
Yeah, so you have less than 3 minutes.
Okay, so we have reached our final chapter of our meeting. So based on all of the proposed ideas, I really have interesting thought about student 3 and student 4 ideas, which is very a good idea, effective, and I think to invite professionals during this for this serious issues is very crucial. So what about other members? Do you agree?
I agree with you, Mr. Chairman, because I strongly agree that flood emergency response briefing and the mental support program is a crucial part in this flood and prevent and preparation for us to help the locals to face this disaster.
That I think that is all for us, and I think we will close this meeting once and for all. Okay, thank you.
It was for all.